Hey guys, good morning. Carlos Herrera here, live this morning in Davis, right off of Avocet Avenue in this neighborhood right near 113. A lot going on and a crime scene still going on since about 3:40 a.m. This area, obviously, you can see blocked off. It's been like this since officers got here. A lengthy investigation right underway. A lot of people messaging us on Facebook wondering what exactly happened. This morning, though, the Davis Police Department has confirmed that 2 people are dead and an officer is hurt. We have Lt Mike Munoz with the Davis Police Department here right now to answer all those questions, and I'm going to flip the camera around so you know what exactly is going on here. All right, thanks for joining us here this morning, Lt Munoz. You guys got here around 3:40 a.m. and there's a lot of moving parts to this investigation, correct?
Correct.
So what exactly happened here?
So we received a call around 3:40 this morning from a resident inside of a house here at the 400 block of Avocet Avenue in Davis. That person was reporting a domestic disturbance. When officers arrived on scene, they looked through the front door, front window, and saw that a female was down inside of the residence. When they made contact at the front door, they encountered resistance from a male subject. Officers ended up discharging their firearms, and the male subject went down just at the front door of the residence. Officers went inside and later determined that the male subject was deceased, and that the female subject that was down, the female, was also deceased.
Cool. So right now, do you know how exactly this all happened between the man and the woman, and what kind of conflict they had, or how the woman was injured?
We don't, and it's still under investigation at this point.
You said shots were fired between officers and the man. Do you know if the man was shot by an officer at all?
I can tell you that officers did discharge their firearms at the man. However, I can't confirm at this time whether he was struck by officers.
Do you know the relationship between the man and the woman?
We can't release those details at this time.
And then, so obviously an officer was also hurt in this. Do you know how that officer was hurt or why?
He was injured. It was minor injuries. I can't release the nature of how he sustained those injuries. However, he was taken to a local hospital where he was treated.
Oh, he is released already, so he's expected to be okay, make a full recovery. Now, I spoke with neighbors in this area. They said that they've seen a lot of police activity at this specific home before. What can you tell me about that?
That's accurate. We have had multiple contacts with residents at that house, at that location. However, I can't disclose the nature of those contacts.
Obviously, as you mentioned, a lengthy investigation. You have the West Sacramento Police Department as well here. What other departments?
West Sacramento Police Department and the Yolo County DA's office assisting with the officer-involved shooting aspect of the investigation. We have Davis PD investigations investigating what's determined to be a possible homicide at this point. And then we also have internal affairs investigation going on as well.
How much longer do you expect to be here?
I expect us to be here throughout the day and probably into the evening.
Last question here before I let you go. When things like this happen between officers and officers involved shooting, there's a lengthy investigation, and then officers have to go on administrative leave. Is that something you guys are considering or thinking about, or is it still too early?
I mean, it's still under investigation, but typical protocol would be that they'll be placed on administrative leave for some time.
Is that something that's probably going to be happening in this specific incident?
Correct.
All right, thank you very much. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Thanks a lot for your time, man.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Here we are again. This is off Avocet Avenue in Davis.
I think so.
This all happened around 3:40 this morning. You can see this area yellow taped. Step out of the way here so we can move out of the way. The investigation, you can see obviously lots going on here. The City of Davis Police Department, the West Sacramento Police Department, the DA's office, and this area blocked off. A lot of shock for neighbors in this area who woke up to this really early in the morning. Some of them telling us they heard even gunshots, and they've heard police come here to this specific residence as more officers continue coming here. Now, just to recap of what Lt Munoz with the City of Davis Police Department told us just moments ago. This all happened around 3:40 this morning. Officers were called here to a family disturbance call. When officers arrived, they encountered a woman on the ground, and the man who opened the door resisted to that police response here. an altercation began, and that resulting in officers shooting at that man. That man went down, and he was later pronounced dead here at this home. After that shooting, the officers were able to check on the woman who was on the ground and realized she was also dead. No word yet on how that woman died or if there was an altercation between that man and the woman. They also don't know if and when that if that man and the woman have a relationship or what kind of relationship they have. During that altercation between the man and the officers, one of the officers was hurt. He wasn't shot though, and they are not knowing how he was hurt earlier this morning. However, he was taken to the hospital, was treated, and has been since released. So that is some good news for the City of Davis Police Department. Now, this is all a very lengthy investigation. Police expect to be here for quite some time, most of the day actually, to piece this together. We did speak with neighbors in this area. They say the man who lives at that home has schizophrenia, and police have been here several times. However, police haven't confirmed that information, but they did confirm that they're here. They've been here quite often recently. Lieutenant Munoz also told us that it is standard protocol that officers are put on administrative leave after incidents like this. However, he did not confirm that the officers did shoot at that man. And I'll give you a quick zoom here of what exactly is going on past this yellow tape. You can see investigators still kind of hanging out in front of that home. And this is how the neighborhood looks like. This is right near 113 off of Avocet Avenue in Davis. This all happened around 3:40 this morning. Obviously, more officers continue coming to this neighborhood. People waking up in this area, though, very scared, shocked about what exactly was going on. Some of them, though, kind of expected something like this to happen because they say this is not the first time police show up at this home. They say this gentleman who was involved in this altercation with officers and with that woman has schizophrenia. Police, though, cannot confirm that information. However, they can confirm that they're here quite often recently. Obviously, the police department expects to be here for most of the day investigating. They've been walking around the neighborhood talking to people here if they know anything, saw anything. But again, what they're expecting is those officers, multiple officers, they don't know how many that were involved in that officer-involved shooting, will be placed on administrative leave. That is just standard protocol. However, they did not confirm that the officers shot that suspect during that altercation. Now again, if you're just tuning in here, this is off of Avocet Avenue here in Davis, right near 113. Now, one of our viewers, Paulina, here tells us son and mom. Son has mental health issues for years. They are my mom's next door neighbors. Super sad. Paulina, thanks for that piece of information. We did ask investigators here about that. They cannot confirm if that man and woman had a relationship, what kind of relationship they had, and if they had any mental health issues. But again, one of the neighbors that I spoke with as soon as we got here this morning did tell me that the gentleman had schizophrenia and that had caused some concern because there was always some type of police activity around that house. Now, we will have a live update coming up at 11 a.m. here on Morning Blend Extra Shot. That's on ABC 10, right here from the scene where Davis Police Department expects to be most of the day. We'll also keep posting more developments on my Facebook page and of course on abc10.com.